I feel like it started off with what is something that every single woman walking down the street of New York City has experienced at some point, or walking down any city, anywhere, and has made to feel unsafe and then made to feel all of these things all over again just for existing.
Groundswell had presented a topic to us of gender violence, and we take that to the community. We create a questionnaire and we send the youth artists out to the community. We go with them, of course, and we ask people questions.
Something as simple like saying something crude on the street, which we've learned as women to just kind of separate ourselves from. But after some investigation, we were talking about how that is a part of culture that allows other things to happen that are more dangerous, and I think we started sharing some even heavier stories.
So we take all of that back and then we start to draw, literally draw up ideas from what was given to us by the community.
We were so adamant we did not want flowers and pink and purple and light colors. Not that there's anything wrong with those aspects being in a female-driven mural, but we really wanted it to be hard-hitting, in your face, make sure you get the message and you get the point that we're trying to say. I did receive a lot of harassment when I was little, and just feeling ostracized and feeling, just not comfortable in my skin. One, because I was Black, and two, because I had a little bit more of a shape, and three, because I was just a little girl. And
gender and race was really a big topic because we were predominantly a group of women of color.
It was a lot of heavy conversations. I was telling Nikita earlier that we didn't talk about it as much at the time, but at the moment I was going through a court case where I was actually speaking up against my abuser and trying to get him sentenced. And I feel like something like that along those lines, it's something that every single woman or just people in general have experienced.
As a group coming together, a group of women having these conversations and talking through imagery, coming up with the design, working with people in the community, for us, it had the impact that we wanted it to have. In the community, we had conversations about the piece, and some of those were positive and some of those were challenging, and I think that's part of the responsibility of being a public artist.
I've had a mural tagged, but I've never had it where it was actual dialogue going back and forth between community and the work of art. In the mural, we have one statement that says, "Street harassment is about power and control." And then there's another statement that says, "I object to objectification." We had people responding to these statements. They were literally writing responses to these statements. It felt like full circle because it was we're doing exactly what we're supposed to do, and that's to draw a conversation. Yes, it's a beautiful work of art. I mean, it's phenomenal. But it's also about how do we keep these conversations going, because these are real issues.
This area was literally a sanctuary, and it was definitely also, having role models like Danielle and Jazmine.
When you have an older person and they're telling you, I did go through this and it's not okay, it kind of helps you feel a little bit better about yourself. I learned a lot that summer. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the process of art. The mural really helped me and helped my confidence that summer.
I feel like it was the most valuable experience that any youth in New York City can have. This community has been amazing. With street harassment specifically, it really is kind of accepted as a norm. It's not something that a lot of people even recognize as harassment, because it's just something everyone experiences and it's the way that it's always been. So we don't really even call people out on it. So we kind of needed to also hear that it's okay to find this not okay, because it isn't.
To be in a space like this, they really can engage in dialogue that I think has profound effects on their ability to communicate in the world and to share themselves, and also to learn and grow and develop.
That shared frequency and energy was most important versus just making this beautiful work of art. What I want each of them to take away is knowing their worth, Black, white, Chinese, Indian, a woman, whatever you identify as, like, know who you are when you walk in those spaces and know your worth.